So yes, new moon is today. Let's all just take a few minutes actually and just take a big full breath together. So just go ahead and close your eyes. If you want to put your hands on your heart, maybe go ahead and take a big full breath in. Let it go. And take one more big deep breath in. Let it go. Finding that little sense of stillness, of checking in with right here and right now together. As we begin to set our intentions for this new moon phase and for this particularly maybe challenging period of life. You can gently release your hands, softly open up your eyes, and welcome, 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 welcome. So new moon today, let's get right into it. And I am going between Facebook down here and Instagram up there. So if my eyes kind of jump back and forth, forgive me for that. But so new moons, they're always a really good time for new beginnings and utilizing this fresh energy, right? The moon, when it's in its new phase, it's not visible in the sky, it's totally dark. So we have this big blank slate of creation, right? It's the very beginning of this journey that's taking us from new to full, right? So it is like the time to kind of set goals and intentions, to start dreaming, to start manifesting. Hi, Josie. It's like the time to kind of get stuff going, right? And so this new moon in particular is in Aries, which is a really fiery time to start setting some new intentions and setting some goals, right? So Aries is the very first sign of the zodiac. It's sort of the very beginning, our first step on the journey in this human journey and all the different kind of weird angles and shapes that can take, right? So I was talking to my friend earlier today. Her name is Megan Ryan Walsh. If you want, you should look her up too. She has lots of really awesome astrological insights, but I loved the way she put it today. She talked about how Aries is like the sunrise, right? It's sort of opening your eyes from this dreamy sleep. Oh, speak of the devil. Hey, Megan, I just mentioned you. Yeah, Megan is a really wonderful astrological teacher. Y'all should look her up if you want. But she phrased it really beautifully when we were talking about it earlier, talking about how Aries is this sort of just opening your eyes from this dreamy state. It's that spark that kind of wakes you up, which I thought was a really beautiful way to put it, especially for, you know, this time that we're working through energetically in the collective right now. So a little bit more about Aries in particular. It's a fire sign, right? So it's very driven, very actionable, very purposeful and passionate. It carries this energy of inspiration, right? And the ruling planet of Aries is Mars. So you have that really assertive kind of outward energy that's all about ready to kind of work and start to get shit done. Right? So it's all about channeling energy for constructive task accomplishment, and just really kind of starting to put one foot in front of the other when it comes to creating the things that you want to create in your life. But with that fire energy, it can kind of go two different ways, right? Fire can be in balance or out of balance. And sometimes this out of balance can manifest as some anxiety, maybe some restlessness, some kind of really anxious feeling of you want to do something, but you don't know what to do, right? And I get that's maybe a really common feeling now when we're all stuck inside our houses and we want to do so many things and we can't, right? That's totally normal, especially with all the lunar astrological stuff that's going on right now, right? So it's totally okay, totally normal to feel that way. Honor how you're feeling in that way, but we're going to talk about how you can channel that and maybe turn this time into something purposeful, less just kind of crazy, stressed out, anxious, cooped up mess, right? So, and then that imbalance side of the fire energy is that purposeful, driven, aligned, ambitious, like you're ready to go, you're inspired, you're ready to create something awesome. So that's the fire part of it. And Aries is also what we call a cardinal sign. So there's cardinal, fixed, and mutable. And cardinal signs are all about that initiating, like beginning energy. That first spark of waking up that Megan mentioned, the beginning of this new possibility, right? It's got all of this sort of that fresh, clean slate energy, right? So with this being a new moon, and then also our new moon in Aries in particular, this is really, really powerful time for all that new goodness. So what the heck does all this mean for us in our daily lives dealing with this virus and everything? How can we take all of this lunar, astrological, spacey ideas and apply it to our lives? So while we're watching sort of the world shift around us, right, maybe our foundations feel a little bit shaky. And that's totally scary, right? I want you to honor and feel all of the fear, all of the anxiousness that you might be feeling right now. Kind of take a few moments to fully breathe into that, maybe to experience some grief over maybe the lives that we thought we were going to have this spring that's not happening, right? That's totally okay. Take a minute to really open up to those feelings of grief and anxiety. But after we take that time to maybe mourn, then we still have this brand new fresh slate of opportunity, right? We can look into this challenging time, all this spaciousness that we now have, with some innovation, right? Regardless of whatever challenging circumstances are thrown at us, we are still in charge, right? We are the right in charge of what we're creating and what we're bringing forth with this time in our lives, right? So it's a really, really powerful time to look into this challenge with some innovation, right? So while the structures of maybe whatever your normal life was looking like, right, now you can look at the world with sort of these brand new eyes and maybe find some enthusiasm and some newness for that, right? Obviously we're still holding space in our lives and our practice and in our hearts for those families that are suffering and that are really struggling right now. But we can't be of service to anyone else if we don't feel like we have an internal light to shine, right? If you are just constantly stressed and depressive and don't want to do anything with this challenging time, you're not going to have enough energy in your cup to then give to other people, right? So that's why we take this time to really nourish ourselves so that we can pay it forward and give to other people that might need us the most in a situation like this, right? So it's all about creating abundantly with this new moon, right? So those beginning steps of creation and noting that it's still the beginning, right? So even though we're not able to fully plan out and take a trip to Bali right now if we wanted to, unfortunately, right? But we can start rebuilding our foundations with alignment and inspiration to set ourselves up for those possibilities in the future, right? Am I making sense to everyone? Is everyone feeling okay? Cool. So some journaling questions that y'all can utilize during this time to, I have two of them for you. The first one would be, what am I being called to create in my life right now? And the second one would be, what is the lesson that I'm being called to learn right now? So what am I being called to create? And what is the lesson that I'm being called to learn? All right, so you can take a few moments and kind of journal and put some thought into those and really kind of get clear on those goals and those aspirations. And so if you want some, further explanation of this, I recorded a guided meditation that's all about intention setting, and also made a journaling workbook to go along with that. So if you're on Instagram, the link for those two, they're totally free to download, is in my bio. It's the first link under the description that says, I think it's under like intention setting resources or something like that. So those are available for you to download and utilize tonight or maybe through the week to really kind of help you get clear and purposeful with your goals and what you want to create with this time. And if you're on Facebook, the link is in the description with this video. So those are both two really great resources to help you ground down, help you feel connected and ready to move forward with creating something new. So those are a little snippet of a moon magic lesson for y'all today. I thank you all for hopping on here and being with me. I'll be in my messages for the rest of the day. If you have any questions or just some thoughts, let me know. I would love to come talk to you. Yeah, that's it. Thank you all so much. I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you all soon.